What's up, everyone? Before I get into my usual introduction and before we actually start the actual video itself, I want to let y'all know that I'm going to have to split this video into multiple parts because if I would have put this into one big video, it would have been at least 10 hours or 12 hours at least in between there. I'm not even kidding. I actually put all the files together and I looked on how long the time was for the video. I was in shock because it was like 10 hours? Like, that is crazy. So, I'm going to split this video. I'm going to try to keep it down between the 4 and 5 parts if I can. I would do it lower, but then that would require it to be longer video clips. So if I did it in 2 parts, that would be 5 hours each. And if I did it in 4, 2, 4, that'd be not quite 2 hours each, but somewhere in that duration. So I will see what I can do there, but we'll go what goes with it. So they probably will be not equal parts, if that makes sense. Not equal timing. But anyway, I will label them as, Timecrest Chapter 13, Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D, or either maybe Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. And then I'll put like the usual title that I put after that. So that's the only way I can do this, guys. Unless you feel like watching a 10-hour video constantly, I don't think no one really wants that. So we're not going to do that. So we'll do this in multiple parts. So anyway, here we go. And this is part 1. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you will not miss a future video. Welcome to the channel, TheTechPianoPlayerKid. A black background with white text that reads TheTechPianoPlayerKid displays on the screen with the same text written to the right in Braille. What is up, everyone? The TechPianoPlayerKid here, and we are now in Chapter 13, where we left off where Luther basically died. That's it. And that was not a very good ending, unfortunately. I did not want to go further to Chapter 13, but anyway. So now we're going to be talking to Alvin Timecrest. So here we go.
Close to the sun.
Red message. Check messages. Chapter 13. Red message. I want for us to be friends. Red message. But we are not there yet. Red message. You don't have my trust. Red message. I find it harder to trust people after what happened between Ezra and I. Red message. But before you think I'm the enemy, I'm just someone who wants something. Red message. I want to create a world with the people I care about. Red message. I want to physically cross the boundaries of time so we can mate. I want a red message. I want to physically cross the boundaries of time so we can mate. I want a day when you will no longer have to be limited in your words. Red message. I want to bring all the people you care about in Valencia to you. Red message. We don't have to be enemies. Red message. I want for us both to get what we want. System message. Alvin is waiting. Nice to finally talk to you, Alvin. If we're going to be friends, you will also have to earn my trust, and I have a hard time trusting someone who blocks my messages. 1 of 5 responses. The things you want sound pretty good to me. What do I have to do if I want to help you? 2 of what happened between you and Ezra. 3 of 5. What I want is to know about the door. What's it? I noticed I can still collect from Morty. Why is that? 5 of 5 responses.
All right.
Back button.
Let me save this.
New game. New load settings button. There may be save last save game. Save. Save. Okay. Okay. If music follows, continue. Continue. What I want is to know about the door. What the night system? The things you want sound pretty good to me. What do I have to do if I want to help you? 2 of 5 responses. Button. Nice to finally talk to you, Alvin. If we're going to be friends, you will also have to earn my trust, and I have a hard time trusting someone who blocks my messages. 1 of 5 responses.
Yeah, let's do
nice
that
to
one.
Finally talk to you, Alvin. This pocket watch. A red message. We both have doubts about each other. Responded. Nice. Red message. But I will keep my mind open about you. Red message. You see, you're quite the exception. Red message.
Thanks.
These are supposed to be Luther's memories. Red message. These are supposed to be Luther's memories. Your memories that Luther took away. Red message. Yet, you had opportunities to tell Luther things from your future with Ash. Red message. Like the death of Riley. Red message. The past, you didn't know that. The opportunities you had to tell Luther things from your future with Ash shouldn't exist in these memories. Red message. I'm from the future timeline too, and I can't change my interactions with Luther. Red message. But you can. And you have. Red message. But you can. And you have.
I did.
Red message, I already noticed that some of the things you have said to Luther are different than I remembered. Red message, you're more than an observer. You're interacting with memories. Red message, you're an exception. Red message, and this isn't even the first time you interacted with a memory. Smiley face emoji. Red message, when you and Ash went back in time and witnessed the destruction of Boulder, Ash interacted with the past then. Red message, the Luther of the future we know, saw Ash and remembers Ash being there. Red message, given everything I observed, you're probably the reason Ash was able to interact with the past. Red message, you and Ash didn't change the past though. Not in a dramatic way at least. Red message, and your powers are limited right now, as expected. Nature's rules are hard to break. Red message, you can't interact with the memories stored in the oracles. Vertical character words red mess you can't.
Oh,
Red message,
darn it.
when Luther showed Ash scenes from the past of Julius and Helena, you and Ash weren't able to interact with anything then. Red message, but just because exceptions didn't occur then or with the oracles doesn't mean your powers can't evolve. Red message, it's risky for me to let you play around in these memories. Red message, you have the ability to interact with the man. If you don't behave the same as before, who knows what could change in the future? Red message, maybe the Luther I know and like will change. Red message, but it's worth it if you can develop the power to truly change the past. Red message, I like exceptions. I like people who can bend the rules and I bet you're a rule breaker. System mess, so what's my role, Alvin? What do you want from me? 1 of 4 response. Sorry to disappoint you. I thought I could change the past. What do you mean by you can't change your interactions with Luther? 4 of 4. I thought I could change the past already by turning back time. 3 of 4 responses. System, so what's my role, Alvin? What do you want from me? 1 of 4 responses. Button. So what's my role, Alvin? Red message, I want to include Lutheran on this conversation. Red message, but I will say that your role is tied to a Timecrest and a Timecrest's role is tied to you. Red message, all I want is for you and Luther to continue talking to each other.
Oh, okay.
System message, 15 seconds. A palish blue. System message, memory desync detected. 11. Skip timer for 1 skip. 10 seconds.
Oops.
1 seconds. A palish blue dust circle. Red message. Red message. Oops. The memory desync is my fault. I must have said too many things to you that I didn't say in the past. Red message. I enjoyed the chance to go off script, but the rules have caught up with me. Red message. The memories are moving forward and Luther is about to wake up soon to a whole new life. Red message. I have been working on a rule breaker and I just used it on Luther. Red message. The rule breaker is meant to show Luther how his life turns out without me. Red message. You will see what I mean by that soon enough. Red message. By the way, Luther did not take the part when I told him he would destroy Boulder well, but you'll see that soon too. Smiley face emoji.
Oh no.
Red message. R. Red message. The rule breaker has paused functions and is presenting an image of Riley and Scarlet. Red message. It wants me to choose between the two. Red message. How interesting. This is new. There weren't options before. Red message. Last time, we saw Luther living out his life with Riley and his loving family. Red message. I remember he and Ash really bonded. It was cute. Red message. I believe Riley is the option I have experienced before. You have experienced it too, but you just don't remember it right now.
Yes, I do.
Red message. I should choose Riley again. Red message. If I don't want to risk Luther's memories changing drastically, I should choose Riley. Red message. If I don't want to risk Luther's memories changing drastically, I should choose Riley. Red message. I like how Luther turned out. We both know he ends up working for me in the future you have with Ash. Red message. I should choose Riley again. Red message, but, ellipsis. Red message. I can't help but be curious about this new Scarlet option. I wonder what will happen. Red message. Besides, even if I keep things the same and choose Riley, there's always the risk that you will do things differently this time around. Red message. Even if I choose Riley, Luther's memories could end up changing, anyways. System message. Memory desync. Red message. I can't select Scarlet. Red message. I can only select Riley. Red message. You're quite the exception. The rule breaker didn't want me to choose. It wanted you. Smiley face emoji.
What are up with these smiley emojis? Alvin's kind of creepy.
Red message. I'm betting the new Scarlet option is available because of you and only you can select it. Red message. So what will it be? Red message. Riley is the past that is supposed to happen. Red message. And Scarlet is, well, your guess is as good as mine. System message. I choose Riley. I want to know what really happened. 1 of 4 response. I choose Scarlet. I can choose. It feels like I'm playing God. You sure you can't pick for me? 3. Tell me more about this rule breaker. What's its... I choose Scarlet. Let's see where this takes us. 2 of 4 responses. Button. I choose Scarlet. Let's see where this... Skip descriptive hail. Skip 2 seconds. 2 seconds. System responded. I choose System message. Memory sync initiate. System message. Memory sync failed. 1 seconds. Skip timer for 1 skip. Skip timer for descriptive. Skip 28 seconds. System message. Memory sync failed. System message. Connection lost. 22 seconds. Skip timer for 1 skip crystal. You have 4 skip crystals. 19 characters. Words. Speak words. 8:24 p.m. 11 seconds. System mess.
What? Why did it fail? I don't remember it failing.
4 seconds.
I don't
System
like
message.
this.
Connection lost. Red descriptive hail. Pocket disk. Skip timer. 4 seconds. Red message. You are a rule breaker. Red message. You just created a new option in the past. System message. Red message. You are a rule breaker.
I guess that's a good thing.
System message. Connection lost. 51 seconds. Skip timer for 1 skip crystal. You have 4 skip crystals.
Why did it?
45 seconds.
Why did it do that?
Twitter, now. 37 seconds. Skip timer. Descriptive hail. Button.
I don't... there's something fishy about him.
Skip timer. Descriptive. 23 seconds.
There's something fishy about Alvin. Like... So, everyone thinks that he's the enemy. So who is the actual enemy? Or is there no enemy at all?
7 seconds.
And was it all just a misunderstanding?
Red descriptive hail. Red message. The option you chose turned Scarlet into a Timecrest. Red message. I see. System red message. The option you chose turned Scarlet into a Timecrest. Red message.
What?
And took that privilege away from Luther. Red message. Your powers have taken quite an unexpected but interesting turn. Red message. Not only have you truly changed the past, you made Scarlet Ignis into a Timecrest when it shouldn't be possible, when she doesn't even have any human lineage. Red message. Is there any rule you can't break? Smiley face emoji. Red message. This is not what I planned, but it'll do. Red message. I wanted to show Luther what his life would be without me. Red message. But exceptions are always interesting and I think I can still get what I want out of Luther. Red message. A new past is setting itself up. I just need to speak with Luther before the setup finishes. Red message.
Sorry.
Once your choice takes full control, Luther won't be a Timecrest anymore, so I probably won't be able to speak with him. Red message. And I need to tell him he destroys Boulder. Red message. I'm attempting to connect to Luther's consciousness now, but feel free to keep talking while I work on this. Red message. I enjoy it when you speak up. System message. Alvin is waiting. Wait. Is Luther no longer a Timecrest anymore? 1 of 5 cool. Does it mean I get to talk to Scarlet now? And why do you think she showed up as an option for me? I don't want this. What's going to happen to Luther? Am I still going to be able to talk to him? 3 of 5. I turned Scarlet into a Timecrest? How did I do something like that? 4 of 5. Why is it so important for you to tell Luther he destroys Boulder? 5 of 5 responses. Button. Why is it so important for you to tell Luther he destroys Boulder? I turned Scarlet into a Timecrest? How did I do something like that? 4 of 5 responses. Why is it so important for you to tell Luther he destroys Boulder? Why is it so important for you to tell Luther? Red message. I want him to hate me. Red message. Red message. I've been talking for a while now and I haven't been replaced by my past self. Red message. I was expecting a memory desync. Red message. But this past that you created by choosing Scarlet is new. Red message. So thanks to the exception you created, I'm allowed to stay for now. Red message. Given this opportunity, I want to try something. Smiley face emoji. Red message. Since I'm still Alvin from the timeline, I know things from the timeline that I want to share with you. Red message. Like how Ash became a Timecrest. Red message. Ash became a Timecrest. System message. Error detected. System message. Error rejected. Reinitiating. 11 seconds. A palish blue dust circle.
What? I don't like this.
System 6 seconds. A palish blue dust. 4 seconds. System message. Error rejected. Reinitiating.
I don't know what this means.
Red message. So it thinks I'm an error. Red message. Nature's rules are still keeping me boxed in, but I had to try. Smiley face emoji. Red message. I have connected to Luther's consciousness. Red message. His mind is about to wake up. Red message. I don't know if either of us will be able to speak to him once he's not a Timecrest. Red message. It may be a while before we can talk to him, so say what you need to say to him now. System message. I really want to know how Ash became a Timecrest. 1 of 3 responses. What have I done? I don't want to lose Luther. Luther. Who? I want to talk to Scarlet already. 3 of 3 responses. What? Luther. Who? I want to talk to what? I really want to know how Ash became a Timecrest. I really want to know how Ash became a... Response. Red message. I really want to tell you. Red message. But since I can't, you'll just have to keep moving forward to find out.
What?
Hello? Is anyone there? Red message. I'm here, Luther. Who are you? Red message, I am the time manipulator Chronos you have been trying to contact. Time manipulator? It's red time manipulator? It's really you? Did I finally manage to contact you? Red message, you did, Luther. My name is Alvin Timecrest. Where am I, time manipulator? Red message, call me Alvin. Red message, we are currently in the space in between worlds.
Oh.
Red message, Olyncians use the term the void to refer to this space, but I call it the network. Everything is pitch black here and I can't see anything. And, ellipsis. I can't feel my body. Red message, there are many doorways here in the network, but you can't see it because your corporal body is transitioning. What? Red message, only your mind is awake right now. I'm dead, aren't I? Or dying, ellipsis. The last thing I remember is jumping off the Sovereign Eye. So it would make sense if I'm dead. I guess the person I was speaking to on the other side of the watch was lying too about being able to revive me. Red message, your counterpart wasn't lying. Your counterpart did revive you. You're alive, Luther. My counterpart? Red message, the counterpart I'm referring to is the human you have been speaking with. Is my counterpart like the Timecrest of the human world? Red message, not quite. The human doesn't share my genetics, but has inherited a portion of my time magic. Red message, your counterpart is someone fate wanted you to connect with. Red message, and it's up to both of you to decide what you want to do with this connection now. When I realized the person I connected to on the watch wasn't at you, time manipulator Chronos, I thought it was some sort of accident that I connected with someone else. Red message, call me Alvin. I was born with the name time manipulator Chronos Timecrest in my thoughts. You have a different name? Red message, Chronos is the name I give out to everyone. Red message, I don't like to give out my real name. Red message, but you, and the human you have been speaking to, can call me Alvin. Smiley face emoji. This is so strange. I suddenly feel you're smiling, but I can't even picture a face for you. Alvin. Will I ever get to know what you look like, Alvin? Red message, you will, someday.
How?
I'm surprised to learn it wasn't an accident that I connected to someone else on the watch other than you. Red message, there was no accident, Luther.
I have a very strange feeling that... No. I know this is the person who wrote these poems.
Red message, fate connected you with this particular human. I never liked the idea of fate. I already felt stuck living inside the quarantine zone. I didn't want to believe something else like fate could also be controlling my life. Red message, you don't have to believe in fate for it to affect you, Luther, and fate can be good to us, Luther. Red message, the human counterpart to God is quite the exception. Red message, your counterpart is changing the past as we speak. What are you talking about? Red message, when your corporal body finishes its transition, you'll wake up and no longer be Luther Timecrest. Red message, when you were unconscious, your counterpart made a choice that changed the past. Red message, and as a result of your counterpart's choice, your role as a Timecrest will shift to Scarlet Ignis. Wait, can you repeat that? Red message, your counterpart changed the past. Red message, you will no longer be a Timecrest. Give me a moment. My counterpart, the person I've been speaking with on the other side of the watch, changed the past and now I'm no longer a Timecrest. Instead, Scarlet has taken my place. Is this really happening? Red message, yes, you will no longer be a Timecrest after you wake up in your corporal body. Give me another moment. My counterpart changed the past. Red message, your counterpart is truly exceptional. Smiley face. You said red message, your counterpart is truly exceptional. Smiley face emoji. You said it was a choice my counterpart made that made Scarlet into a Timecrest instead of me. What are the other choices my counterpart could have made? Red message, the options manifested themselves as Riley or Scarlet. Red message, choosing Riley would have led to the past playing out the same, assuming your counterpart doesn't do something to change it as it played out. Red message, choosing Scarlet led to the unknown. Red message, to be clear, your counterpart was not trying to take away your birthright on purpose. Neither of us knew at the time what selecting Scarlet would entail. Why were the options Riley and Scarlet? I'm not close to Riley, and I barely even know Scarlet Ignis. I'm not close to Riley, and I barely even know. Red message, I don't have an answer for that. Those are just the options that manifested. Red message, but I can say that your counterpart achieved a very special event. Red message, having any option to change the past in a drastic way like this is a rare case to say the least. The past likes to stay the same. This is a lot to take in.
Can't blame me for that.
Red message, that's an understatement. I can't believe this is happening. How do I even begin to process that I'm no longer a Timecrest? Of course I didn't expect normal things to happen after I jumped to my death, but this... Yeah, it's an understatement. Red message, do you feel resentful of your counterpart? Red message, even if it wasn't on purpose, your counterpart's decision has affected your life in a big way. No. Like you said, my counterpart didn't take away my Timecrest lineage on purpose. Besides, I jumped off the Sovereign Eye, I should be dead, but if I'm still really alive as you say, ellipsis. If my counterpart revived me, then I'm grateful. Red message, good, Luther. Okay. I just need to know I'll be able to talk to you again, Alvin. Please tell me there's a way. I don't care what my last name is as long as I don't lose this connection to you. Red message, we may not be able to talk for a while. Oh, but we will be able to talk again? I just started talking to you, finally. I can't lose this already. Red message, don't worry. There will be a way for us to talk again. Red message, you will always be Luther Timecrest to me. Okay, that's a relief. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. Red message, I will, but first, have you taken a liking to your counterpart? What makes you think that? Red message, you really don't seem even a little bit angry at your counterpart. Red message, I like that you're not, but for something like this, the shock alone would tend to make most lash out. Red message, so have you taken a liking to your counterpart? It's not like that. Red message, your counterpart is the first person in your life that knows this side of you. Red message, it must feel nice to be able to finally share this important piece of your life with someone. But whatever you say, Luther. Where is my counterpart? Red message, here, with us. Are you really there? Are you okay? System message, don't worry about me. I'm fine and I'm sorry, Luther. I didn't mean to make Scarlet into a Timecrest and take that away from you. 1 of 5 responses, yeah, I'm here. 2 of 5, so you like me, huh? I'm here, Luther, and doing just fine. I have a question for Alvin. How come you don't like giving out your real name, Alvin? 4 of 5, you kill all the Voldorians, Luther. 5 of 5, system message, don't worry about me. I'm fine and I'm sorry, Luther.
Let's do that one.
I'm fine. Response, good. I'm glad to hear you're okay. And I'm glad you're here. Even though Alvin said you didn't take away my Timecrest lineage on purpose, it feels nice to hear that directly from you. I'll do whatever it takes to talk to you and Alvin again. Alvin, I can feel my feet again. That's a good thing, right? Red message, the timer begins. Timer?
What timer?
Red message, once your corporal body fully forms, you will no longer be a Timecrest. That means I won't be able to talk to you for a while. How long do I have before my body fully forms? Red message, it can vary. Why did you ask me to die? Time manipulator Crow knows. Red message, good, Luther. Best to get right into it before time runs out. Red message, you had to die in order for us to speak freely like this. And how do I continue to speak to you after I'm no longer a Timecrest? Red message, I'll tell you soon, but not now. Why not now? Red message, once I tell you, you won't want to talk to me for a while.
Oh.
Red message, so why don't you use the time you have now to ask me about other things first, Luther? Red message, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I'll answer anything you want to ask. Red message, consider it a reward for jumping off the Sovereign Eye. What if my corporal body forms before you can tell me how to talk to you again? Red message, you can feel your body forming. I can see it. Red message, I'll make sure to tell you before it's too late. I don't want to take that risk. Red message, trust me. Smiley face emoji. Red message, you won't want to talk to me after I tell you how you can continue talking to me after you're no longer a Timecrest. I find it hard to believe that I wouldn't want to talk to you. Red message, you don't have to believe me. System message, Luther is, now you've made me really curious how Luther can continue to talk to you after he's no longer a Timecrest. 1 of 2 say nothing. Now you've made me
Yeah,
really
now you
curious how Luther
have.
can continue to talk. Respond. Red message, I promise I'll tell Luther how he can speak to the both of us again after he's no longer a Timecrest. Red message, just not right now. Smiley face. Red message, unless there's nothing else you want to ask me, Luther. I can feel my legs, ellipsis. Can you tell me how I can change the past? Alvin, I was babysitting my younger sibling. Red message, Ash. Yes, Ash. I was babysitting and because I wasn't paying attention, an accident happened and now there's a permanent scar on Ash's hand. Not only that, the scar hurts from time to time. Will time magic be able to heal Ash's scar? Red message, my time magic doesn't allow me to change the past as I see fit, Luther. Red message, turning back time, changing the past, reviving people are all incomplete. Red message, I got banished from Valencia before I could finish my work on them. But you said my counterpart changed the past. Red message, yes, but your counterpart can't control the specifics of how the past changes. At least not yet. Red message, and your counterpart isn't able to force an option to manifest on command. At least not yet.
Not yet?
Right. My counterpart didn't choose for Scarlet to become a Timecrest. What about turning back time then? If I can go back to the day of the accident, I can prevent it from happening. Red message, tell me, if you didn't know about the horrible accident with Ash, what would you have done differently that day? But I do know about the accident. Now that I know something bad happened, I want to prevent it from happening. Red message, that's not how it works. Red message, I would show you what I mean if I could cast my time magic freely in Valencia. I scarred Ash for life, Alvin. Even if you can't show me, at least tell me what happens if I go back in time knowing about the accident. I need to know what you have to say about this. Red message, think about that day then. Red message, what were you doing and what would you have done differently that day without knowing about Ash's accident? I was frustrated that day. I still couldn't connect to you on the pocket watch. I didn't know what to do about the Valdorian disease. I had sent Model 1 away. I was frustrated, and seeing Model 1 always reminds me of the biggest mistake of my life, so I didn't want to see him that day. Model 1 would have watched Ash. After I sent him away, I went to my dad's lab with Ash. Dad always kept tons of empty aura containers around because he is proud of my inventions. I started to cast my magic into the aura containers to help relieve stress, and I turned my back on Ash. Red message, would you have been watching Ash if you weren't so busy relieving stress? I would have focused on the pocket watch then. Watching Ash that day was never my priority. Red message, the current state of the turn back time power could allow you to prevent the accident if you were naturally going to watch Ash that day. Red message, the past doesn't like to deviate from what happened or what was naturally possible. Red message, unlike your counterpart, we are not able to make drastic changes to the past even if we go back in time. I see. I see.
Oops.
So just knowing something bad is going to happen is not enough to change the past. Red message, yes, you'll find that your body, even your mind, won't listen to you if you try to make major changes to the past. Red message, now you're thinking, what if we send your counterpart back in time? Red message, maybe an option would manifest for your counterpart that can change the past drastically. Can you read my mind, Alvin? Red message, you don't have to believe me when I say this, but I can't read minds. I just know you, Luther. I believe you. Red message, good. But just know that you won't hurt my feelings if you don't believe what I say. Do you think sending my counterpart back in time will work? Red message, I can't send your counterpart back to the day you babysat Ash because I couldn't use my powers freely in Alicia. Red message, besides, even if I could. Red message, even if an option did appear for your counterpart to change the past like with Scarlet. Red message, we have no way of controlling how the past will change. Instead of a scar, Ash could end up worse as a consequence.
Good point.
Red message, changing a bad thing that happens results in another bad thing happening or many other bad things. I get it. I get it. Ash, Red, I get it. Ash is going to be scarred forever. Red message, not forever. You will succeed in developing memory deletion, Luther. Red message, you will figure out. System message, error detected. System message, error rejected. Alvin, are you still there? What happened? Alvin, are you still there? What happened? Red message, look, I was able to show a bit of what I mean by the past doesn't like to change. Red message, this is a new past, but it's still the past and struggling to stay the same. Red message, in fact, a lot of the things you've said to me have been relatively the same as the past I remember, Luther. Red message, of course, there have been differences too, undoubtedly due to the new past your counterpart created by selecting Scarlet. What do you mean the past you remember? My counterpart changed the past, but this is the present, right? Red message, I'll explain soon, but my mind is just wandering on a theory. Red message, I seem to be able to say everything my past self knew, but I'm blocked on revealing certain things about the future.
What?
Red message, perhaps I couldn't tell you what I know about memory deletion because I can't reveal anything impactful about the future that your counterpart doesn't know. Red message, yes, maybe that's it. Red message, I'll have to give more thought to my theory later. Smiley face emoji. It sounds like you're saying that the conversation we've been having is in the past for you. But how can this be in the past if it's the first time I'm living it? Red message, your counterpart and I are from the future. Red message, in our future, your counterpart forgot about the time you two spent together. Your counterpart is reliving the past now. What do you mean reliving the past? Red message, like a memory. Red message, everything you have experienced with your counterpart, up until the point you jumped off the Sovereign Eye, should be nothing more than a memory. Red message, since we're from the future, your counterpart and I shouldn't be able to interact with you. Red message, the fact that we are more than observers is thanks to your counterpart. Are you saying everything that has happened is a memory? That I'm a memory? Am I even real then? Red message, everything that has happened is supposed to be just a memory. Red message, the pit changed as soon as your counterpart started interacting with this memory. Red message, who knows how the future might change because of what's happening now? Red message, who knows how you might change, Luther? You said the past doesn't like to change. You said that even if I knew something bad was going to happen to Ash, I couldn't change what I do or say if I went back in time. Now you're saying I could change? Red message, your counterpart changed the rules. Smiley face emoji. Red message, when your counterpart interacts with the past has the ability to turn out differently. Red message, your counterpart gives us the opportunity to say and do things different. Red message, and since your counterpart forced a completely new past to form by choosing Scarlet, I dare say there will be some differences from the past I remember. So everything that's been happening, including me, is just a memory for you, Alvin. Red message, I can speak for your counterpart, but everything that's happening is not just a memory to me anymore. How did my counterpart forget about me? Red message, why don't you ask your counterpart? Red message, but most importantly, you want to know if your counterpart thinks you're real or not. Red message, so why don't you ask? How did you forget about me? System message, you took away my memories, Luther. One of two, don't worry about that now, Luther. You're the one who gave back my memories. That's what's important. 2 of 2 response, you took away my memories, Luther. You took away my memories, Luther. 1 of 2, respond, why? Why would I take away your memories? Red message, I don't think this will work, but, smiley face emoji. Red message, you took away your counterpart's memories because... System message, error detected.
Yep, that didn't work.
System message, error rejected. Reinitiate, 23 seconds. System message, error rejected. Reinitiating.
Okay then. Well,
Forced system message, error rejected. Reinitiating.
I guess we don't know why.
Red, so you're blocked from telling. Red message, I tried. So you're blocked from telling me. Red message, it happened sometime in your future, Luther. You'll just, red message, it happened sometime in your future, Luther. You'll just have to get to that future to understand why. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I took away something that belongs to you. For something like this, I know an apology falls very short. I have no idea why my, ellipsis. Future self, ellipsis. We'd want you to forget our time together. I'm happy that you're getting these memories back. But everything that has happened to us so far, is any of it real to you? When you chose Scarlet, did you believe you were just changing a memory? Am I real to you? System mess, everything feels real to me, Luther. And you're not alone. This has been a pretty crazy journey for me too, but everything feels very real. 1 of 4 response, everything started as just a memory. But I'm with Alvin. Everything that has happened is not just a memory to me anymore. 2 of 4, I don't want to lie to you. At this point, I don't think you're real. 3 of 4, I don't know how I feel about everything so far. Everything started as just a memory. But I'm with Alvin. Everything feels real to me, Luther. And you're not alone. Everything feels real to me, Luther. I was afraid of what your answer would be. So it's a relief to hear you say that. And yeah, this has been a crazy journey to say the least. Red message, I know this is a lot to take in. Red message, do you need some time to think about it? Yes, I need time. I need lots of time. Red message, I have nothing more to say on this subject, but if you need time to process then take it. But I can feel my body now. So time isn't a luxury I have at this moment. Red message, good, Luther. Glad to see you want to move forward. Smiley face emoji. Can you tell me now how I can speak to you after I wake up? Red message, I can, but you still have time left before your body fully transitions. I feel anxious not knowing how I'll be able to connect to you again. Red message, I'll make sure to answer that question before this conversation ends. Fine. Okay. You said I succeeded in developing a way to delete memories. I always thought that deleting Ash's memory of the accident would make the pain go away. Red message, you were always on the right track. Okay, any ideas on where to start, Alvin? Red message, I tried to tell you what you figured out, but I wasn't allowed. Red message, you'll have to figure it out again by yourself. I just hope I can figure it out soon for Ash's sake. And I hope this new past with Scarlet doesn't change my success with developing memory deletion. Red message, what if it does? I won't let it.
Whew.
I'll figure something out. Red message, I know you will. I believe you're the real deal, Luther Timecrest. Red message, but I want to call out, Luther, that hurting yourself won't help Ash. What are you talking about? I'm not hurting myself. Red message, if you want me to be honest with you then you have to be honest with me. Red message, you developed a habit of hurting yourself in small ways, like picking your hands raw, after the accident with Ash. You know about that? Red message, I know you, Luther. It's just, ellipsis, I wish I could feel the pain instead of Ash. I would have burned myself with the same chemical that scarred Ash, but that would have hurt my parents. I should have done it anyways. I should be scarred like Ash too. Red message, like I said, hurting yourself won't do any good. Figuring out memory deletion is what's going to help Ash. Red message, I'll be working on perfecting the turn back time power so that we may one day use it to truly change the past. Red message, either of us reaching the finish line means good things for Ash. Red message, not to mention, your counterpart's powers are growing too and I'm excited to see how far your counterpart can go.
This is weird.
The power to truly change the past would be awesome. I'll be working on memory deletion then. System message, Luther is waiting. Have you been using me to develop the power to change the past, Alvin? 1 of 4 I'm cheering for you, Luther. From Alvin is right. Hurting yourself isn't going to help. All of these powers sound kind of dangerous. Have you been using me to develop the power to change the past, Alvin? 1 of 4 responsive. Have
Now
you been
I'm
using me
curious.
To develop the power to change the past, Alvin. Red message, I don't want to use you. I want us to be friends. Red message, I want us to help each other achieve our goals as friends do. Red message, I want to see you develop the power to truly change the past at your will. Red message, you're an exception and I want to see you achieve your full potential. Red message, I did create the Timecrest and counterpart system, but the powers you gain and what you do with them are all up to you. Alvin, what do you need me and my counterpart for? Red message, I want you two to keep talking to each other. Red message, even though you and your counterpart are from different worlds and different times, you share an invisible bond. Red message, this bond links Alencia to my world and lets me return to the human world in my own timeline. What if we stop talking to each other? Red message, anytime you close the pocket watch, anytime your counterpart stops connecting with you, this bond is broken and the door to my world closes. Red message, it would help me if you and your counterpart got along. Smiley face emoji. I see. There must be more you want from my counterpart and me than just talking. Red message, there are other things I'd like you and your counterparts help on, Luther. Red message, I'll tell you what they are in future conversations. Okay, but it won't be me and my counterpart for much longer. What if Scarlet keeps closing the pocket watch? Does it mean you can't go back to your world, Alvin? Red message, I don't need to return to my world at the moment. Red message, I don't mind if you, Scarlet, or your counterpart decided to never speak with each other again. Red message, besides if any Timecrest and counterpart pair end up not getting along, I can just wait for the next set of Timecrest and counterpart for the door to be open again.
Okay.
Jen has also mentioned there were more Timecrests before me. How did I become a Timecrest? Red message, a Timecrest's death initiates the next set. Red message, when a Timecrest dies, a new Timecrest is born and a new counterpart is chosen. Scarlet is a new Timecrest. Does that mean, ellipsis? Red message, I was concerned that a new Timecrest would mean a new counterpart. Red message, the good news is that doesn't seem to be the case. Red message, since Scarlet was made into a Timecrest in such a non-traditional manner, your counterpart is here to stay. Okay, good.
Oops.
Good. So a new Timecrest and counterpart set will only be chosen if the current Timecrest dies. But my counterpart revived me after I jumped off the Sovereign Eye. Can Timecrests even die? Red message, Timecrests can come back from any premature death. Red message, before he realized how futile it was, King Janus did a number of things to Timecrests. Red message, I've seen Timecrests suffocated, electrocuted, ripped to shreds, you name it, a Timecrest has died from it. Red message, I've taken quite a liking to death from a long fall. It's interesting seeing people contemplate their end. Janus makes me sick. Red message, Timecrests can pretty much come back from anything, except. Red message, a Timecrest can die naturally from age or if your counterpart chooses to not revive you from a premature death. I see. How does my counterpart's revival power work? Red message, your death triggers your counterpart's ability to cast magic in Alencia. Red message, upon your death, your counterpart can turn back time and revive you.
Weird.
I see. Well, I'm just glad it's a painless experience. I remember the moments before my death and all the emotions I felt, but at least I don't remember feeling any physical pain. Red message, I took away your pain. Oh, thanks. What happens if you don't take away my pain? Red message, you would feel the pain of your death even after being revived. Red message, it was one of the consequences for defying death's logic that I circumvented. That sounds like a severe consequence. It would be horrific to feel the pain of my body smashing into the ground when I'm alive. Are there any other consequences of being brought back to life that I should know about? Red message, with your counterpart's help, a Timecrest can break the rule of death without any serious consequences. Red message, it was as far as I got to getting revival magic to work correctly before my banishment.
So why couldn't I revive Riley then?
You said that changing bad things in the past results in the bad things happening. My counterpart turned Scarlet into a Timecrest. I'm not sure if it's a bad change, but it's a major change. Red message, it's an exceptional change. Red message, turning Scarlet into a Timecrest is nowhere near the realm of what is naturally possible. Your counterpart broke so many rules. I haven't asked whose rules we are breaking. Red message, I call them nature's rules. Red message, these rules are not listed anywhere, but I know they exist because they keep on preventing me from doing things I want. Okay, so will my counterpart face any consequences for breaking those rules? Red message, you really do like your counterpart. Red message, you're still worried about your counterpart's well-being even though you're the one who is no longer a Timecrest. After I wake up in my corporal body, I don't know when I'll be able to talk to you both again. I know I'll be thinking about this. I don't want anything bad to happen to my counterpart. Red message, only Alencia's rules were broken and being in another world helps your counterpart avoid consequences. Red message, the only consequence I can think of that your counterpart might face is missing you as a Timecrest. Smiley face emoji, that's a relief. It's pretty cool my counterpart can help me from the human world without repercussions. Red message, fate was really good to you, Luther. It connected you with a human who has a high aptitude for magic. Red message, it's incredibly rare for a counterpart to develop powers beyond turn-back time. Red message, I'm sure your counterpart would make a powerful mage in Alencia or the human world if we can unlock magic there. Well, unlocking magic in the human world sounds like something I want to be there for. System message, Luther is waiting. Thanks for worrying about me, Luther. Please become a Timecrest again soon. One of 3 Given how much you two talk about me, have you considered asking me what my name is? Jenna's mentioned a Timecrest killed his whole family after you spoke to him once. Alvin, what happened there? 3 of 3 responses. Jenna's mentioned a Timecrest killed his whole family after you spoke to him once. Alvin, what happened there? 3 of 3 responses. Button. Jenna's mentioned a Timecrest killed his whole... Response. Red message. Fate is sometimes unkind and not all Timecrests chosen were people I wanted to work with. Red message. And seeing how that Timecrest killed his whole family, I was right to have written him off. Red message. He killed the people he cared about.
Oof.
About what he did was horrible, but Janice mentioned he wanted to talk to you again. And he thought killing his whole family was the answer. It sounds like he could have fallen into despair after you shut him out. I despise what he did, but I relate to how he must have felt. And if you never talk to me again after this conversation... Red message, you wouldn't kill your family. No, I would never do that. Red message, you're someone I can see myself being friends with, Luther. Red message, I never saw it to that Timecrest. I remember my counterpart mentioned being able to freeze time. So is freezing time something my counterpart can do in addition to changing the past and reviving me? Red message, I've seen your counterpart freeze time. You've seen it? I assume this happens in the future then? Red message, yes, it happened in the future. Red message, but your counterpart also froze time in the other past when? Red message, when? Red message, oh, it seems I have forgotten. My memories of the other past are fading quickly. Red message, the past I remember, should your counterpart have chosen Riley, is ceasing to exist. You told me earlier that a bunch of the things I've said have been the same as the past you remember. Red message, that's right, but I don't have any memories to compare with anymore. Red message, the only things I can remember from the other past now are that you were a Timecrest. Red message, there were no more quarantine zones. You were a master of wind and earth. I was a master of 2 elements, and there were no more quarantine zones.
Sorry, guys. There was a fly on me and I had to swipe it away.
Red message, and you had a nice life with Ash.
Wait, what?
Please don't say more. Thinking about what should have been would only distract me. What matters now is that I get back to being a Timecrest in this new past with Scarlet. Red message, I couldn't say more even if I wanted because I don't remember more details. Red message, your counterpart has rewritten history. Smiley face emoji. Red message, this is the real past now. Has there been other counterparts in Twitter? Has there been other counterparts in the past that have been able to do what my counterpart can? Red message, I've spoken to a lot of counterparts in my life. Red message, I have liked others, but your counterpart is one of the most impressive. System message, Luther is waiting. I'm only one of the most impressive. 1 of 4 response, am I really all that impressive if I can't even control my powers? Now I'm wondering what if I had chosen Riley. I want Luther to have a nice life with Ash. 3 of 4, tell me about these other counterparts that you have liked, Alvin. 4 of 4, now I'm wondering what if I had chosen Riley. I want Luther to have a nice life with Ash. 3 of 4, am I really all that impressive if I can't? I'm only one of the most impressive system. I'm only one of the most words, speaking of words. Respond, red message, I'm just saying there are others you may find yourself liking too. I feel one of my arms now, ellipsis. I'm nervous. If I had hands, they would be shaking. Where am I going to end up when I wake up? Red message, we'll all find out soon enough. The first time I met Scarlet was at the Valdorian Mage Trials where she tried to kill me. Do you know her, Alvin? Red message, I know her. She ends up working with us in the future. Oh. Red message, I want to tell you more, but I don't think it'll be allowed. Besides, if she... Red message, I want to tell you more, but I don't think it'll be allowed. Besides, all of it could change. If she ends up working with us, do you think she was chosen as my replacement for a reason? Red message, she is no replacement for you, Luther. Thank you for saying that. I still feel nervous. The first thing I want to do when I wake up is get back to the pocket watch. How do you feel about talking to Scarlet, now that you will be her counterpart at least for a while? System message, Luther is waiting. I'll see if I can get Scarlet to find where you are and go to you. 1 of 5 I'm feeling nervous too. 2 of 5, I'm feeling excited about getting to know Scarlet. 3 of, I have mixed feelings. I'll have to see how it goes. 4 of 5, Alvin, what if Scarlet replaces Luther for me? 5 of 5, I'll see if I can get Scarlet to find, I'm feeling nervous too. 2 of 5 responses, I'm feeling nervous too. 2 response, yeah, this is a big change. I'm sorry to hear you're feeling that way, but thank you for letting me know. I'll find my way back to you and Alvin. We're in this together. Alvin, why did you give my counterpart time magic and not me? I'm not jealous and I'm certainly glad to be alive. I'm just curious. Red message, your counterpart can safely use my powers without much interference from Ezra. Red message, whereas Ezra will come after you once you can use time magic, Luther. So first mage Ezra is still alive. Lots of people believe he's dead because no one has seen him for so long. Red message, of course Ezra is alive. I gifted him with eternal life.
Oh.
Red message, besides, Ezra is the source of life for Alincia. If he's gone from this world, you'll notice it. Alincia will come to an end. Okay, if the first mage of Alincia comes after me, what do? I doubt I can win against him in a fight. Red message, yes, you'll lose pretty quick as you are now. Red message, but don't worry, Rule Breaker Chrono Gem that I have placed inside you will help defend you from Ezra. The Chrono Gem is a rule breaker? How did you do it? Red message, we have a brand new rule breaker in this world thanks to you, Luther. Red message, the aura container worked, and by placing my time magic inside, the Chrono Gem became a rule breaker. And when I wake up in my corporal body, will I still have Rule Breaker Chrono Gem inside me? Red message, yes, you will. Will the Chrono Gem protect Scarlet too? Red message, Ezra will only come after Timecrests who inherit my time magic. I don't intend to give time magic to Scarlet. I'll be able to guess time magic one day. Red message, become a Timecrest again and you will. Did you make the rule breakers, Alvin? Red message, not all the rule breakers in Alincia are made by me. Is the thing floating above Voldor, the one Voldorians call Rule Breaker Nemesis, an actual rule breaker? Red message, yes. The Voldorians were right to call it by such an ominous name. That rule breaker can shoot down a beam that can level all of Voldor. What does Rule Breaker Chrono Gem do now that it's filled with your time magic? Red message, Rule Breaker Chrono Gem was supposed to allow me to activate the last power I gained in Alincia one more time. Red message, well, a limited version of my last power. The last power you gained in Alincia? Red message, the last power I perfected in Alincia, the power Ezra banished me for, was the power to move forward through time in any way I want. Amazing. Why did you want to move forward in time? Red message, I wanted to use the Chrono Gem to age you so you can experience how your life would turn out if we didn't work together. Red message, I didn't want you to wonder what if after we start working together. Red message, what if you made a mistake contacting me? What if your life would be better without me? Red message, when you decide to join me, I wanted you to never have to wonder what if. That was the gift I planned for you, Luther. I'm not sure I get what you mean by aging me. Red message, that doesn't matter now since that past no longer exists. Even though I haven't experienced what you planned for me, I know my life is better with you in it. After talking to you, I'm sure of that. Can you give me time magic as soon as I become a Timecrest again since Rule Breaker Chrono Gem will protect me from the first mage? Red message, I can, but the Chrono Gem will only fend Ezra off for a bit. Red message, Ezra will try to kill you if you continue working with me so we'll have to work together to keep him at bay. Red message, he doesn't like exceptions happening in Alincia and time magic creates many exceptions. How is Ezra going to kill me if my counterpart can revive me? Red message, Ezra understands what your counterpart can do so he won't kill you in the literal sense. Red message, Ezra will keep your body alive, but he'll take away your emotions and thoughts. You'll be locked away until you die of age.
Oh.
Red message, this method avoids triggering your counterpart's powers and it takes away your abilities to fight back against Ezra yourself. First mage Ezra can take away emotions and thoughts? Red message, that's what he did to previous Timecrests. Red message, Ezra doesn't like getting involved with Timecrests, but he will when he believes they are someone who will create many exceptions. Time magic is what makes the first mage come after me. Will the time magic inside the Chrono Gem attract him to me? Red message, the time magic inside the Chrono Gem is being used up right now to create this new past. Red message, your counterpart tapped into the Chrono Gem's powers before I could use it, and at this point, I can't interrupt the process or refill the Chrono Gem again with time magic. Red message, but the good news is, after the Chrono Gem is used up, it will face. Red message, but the good news is, after the Chrono Gem is used up, it will no longer be a threat in Ezra's eyes. Oh, the Chrono Gem won't have any more time magic soon? Red message, no need to be disappointed, Luther. We'll turn the Chrono Gem into the ultimate time crystal someday. Red message, now is just not the right time. Time crystal? I can feel my other arm, ellipsis. And my hands and neck, ellipsis. Red message, your corporal body is in the last stages of transition and you're going to wake up soon. I'm not ready. There's something else I need to ask you, Alvin. Red message, you want to know if you can save Lieutenant Zomvalsalri? Yes, that's it. Red message, the short answer is that there isn't a good way to bring the lieutenant back, but we can discuss more once you're a Timecrest again. System message, Luther is don't forget to tell Luther how he's going to become a Timecrest again. One of 3 and I can tell you about time crystals, Luther. Wait, I have another question. What's your favorite snack, Alvin? 3 of 3 responses, verticals, wait, and I can tell you about time crystals, Luther. Time crystals are dark crystals that emit a pale blue light. They can be used to exchange for items that help skip time forward amongst other, and I can tell you about time crystals, Luther. Response, you know about time crystals? Is that an accurate description, Alvin? Red message, it is. Smiley face emoji. Red message, I'm the time manipulator you had been looking for, but your counterpart can be helpful to you in many other ways, Luther. Red message, always remember that. Alvin, please tell me how to talk to you again before I run out of time. Red message, of course. Vorea, red message, I want you to become a Timecrest again, Luther. Red message, rule breaker Chrono Gem's power was consumed to create this new past. Red message, in order to turn you back into a Timecrest, all I have to do is revert the Chrono Gem's effect. Red message, once I do that, you'll return to the moment before you jumped off the Sovereign Eye. That's it? How difficult is it to reverse rule breaker Chrono Gem's effect? Red message, I can reverse the effects of the Chrono Gem whenever I want. Smiley face emoji. If it's that easy, then why not do it now? I don't want to stop being a Timecrest if I don't have to. I'll even jump off the Sovereign Eye again if you need me to. Red message, I will reverse the effect of the Chrono Gem as soon as you decide to work with me, Luther. I've made my decision. I want to work with you. Red message, you will destroy Boulder in order to work with me. It sounded like you said I'm going to destroy Boulder. What did you actually say, Alvin? Red message, you will destroy Boulder in order to work with me. Red message, in order to become a Timecrest again, all you have to do is decide you want to work with me knowing that you will destroy Boulder as a result. No, there must be some way for me to work with you without having to destroy Boulder. What if we go back to the other past? Can you revert the effects of the Chrono Gem and carry out whatever it is you had planned? Like I said, I'll jump off the Sovereign Eye again if you need me to. Red message, the part where you destroy Boulder doesn't change in the other past. How can you be so sure? You said you don't even remember that other past anymore. Red message, I should be clear. Red message, I refuse to work with you if you don't destroy Boulder. Red message, my original plan always involved making you destroy Boulder in order for you to work with me. What? Red message, so you see, Luther, whether it's the other past with Riley or this new past with Scarlet, you will destroy Boulder to work with me.
Darn it!
No, I won't. I will never destroy Boulder even if it's to work with you. Even if working with you is the one thing I want the most, I can't kill an empire of people. Red message, I'm from the future. I've seen you destroy Boulder. I don't believe you. Me killing a whole empire of people is one thing that's more unbelievable than this whole memory thing you've told me about. Red message, why don't you ask your counterpart if you destroy Boulder or not? Red message, your counterpart is from the future too. The future timeline, the memory thing, I still don't know what to think about all of that. Red message, even if you don't believe what your counterpart says, don't you want to know if your counterpart thinks you're going to destroy Boulder? No, if my counterpart thought I was going to destroy Boulder, ellipsis. Then my counterpart would tell me. Red message, the human had opportunities to tell you, but didn't. Red message, I would have blocked the messages anyways. Red message, it's not because I want to hide the truth from you, Luther. Red message, I just wanted to be the one to reveal it. Why? Why would you want to tell me something like this? All I ever wanted my whole life was to talk to you. I idolized time manipulator Chrono's Timecrest in my head, my whole life.
I wish there was a way I could ask, like to protect all the kids, like Zoe and all the other kids.
The one thing I wanted the most was to talk to you. I want to work with you on developing all those amazing powers you talked about. And now. Instagram. Now, I hate what you're doing to me right now. I feel like you've been orchestrating. I hate what you're doing to me right now. I feel like you've been orchestrating this moment to hurt me, manipulate me. Red message, this is why I wanted to be the one to tell you this. I don't want you to idolize me when you don't even know who I am. Red message, hate me now and it will make our bond stronger when you choose to join me. You don't know who I am either, Alvin. I am not a murderer. Janus gave me a dagger and asked me to kill him. And I couldn't even pretend I would kill him. Is Alvin telling the truth? After everything you have been through with me, do you really believe that I'm going to destroy Boulder? System mess. I'm sorry, Luther, but you do destroy Boulder, at least in the future I come from. But after getting to know you recently, I think you have a good heart and I believe you can prevent yourself from destroying Boulder now that you know. 1 of 3 I never trusted you in the future I came from, Luther. You're a murderer there and I never trusted you. 2 of 3 say nothing. I'm sorry, Luther, but you do destroy. I'm sorry, Luther, but you do destroy. Respond. Red message, Luther. Your counterpart has confirmed my words, but seems to believe in you. I'm going to do everything I can to prevent Boulder's destruction from happening. I would never destroy Boulder on purpose. That's just not me. You changed the past. That's right, my counterpart changed the past. You may have planned for me to destroy Boulder, but this is a new past. There's no way you could know what's going to happen next, Alvin. Red message, true, though I'm excited to see how it will play out. Smiley face emoji. Red message, but the one thing I know will happen is that you will choose to join me again. Red message, you will choose to be a Timecrest again even knowing you will destroy Boulder. Red message, even if this is a new past, I know that one thing will stay the same. Red message, because I know you, Luther. You say you know me, Alvin. Then you should know that after Lieutenant Zone Val Celery, I don't want anyone else to die because of me. Not Red message, also, your parents will die if you choose to work with me. Red message, I put a spell on Janus and he'll kill Julius and Helena if you join me. Why? Why are you going after my parents? You already told me I have to destroy Boulder in order to work with you. But now my parents are going to have to die too? Red message, you can save your parents and the Voldorians if I never revert the effects of the Chrono Gem. Red message, you can save your parents and the Voldorians if I never revert the effects of the Chrono Gem. Red message, you do have the option to save your parents and all the Voldorians by letting Scarlet remain the Timecrest. Red message, not that I think you will choose this option. I was wrong. You took control of Riley to get to Janaz. I thought you were using her to get me to die. But you wanted Janaz out in the open so you can put a spell on him. Red message, your grand failure at the Voldorian Mage Trials was enough to convince you to follow my instructions and die, Luther. Red message, and yes, thanks for your help, Luther. Red message, I was able to put my spell on Riley because you had the pocket watch open when she was near. Red message, and once I had Riley, it was only a matter of time before Janaz left the protection of his Irillium Palace. Red message, Janaz is a careful man, but he loves his daughter. You have been watching me my whole life, right, Alvin? Do you hate me? Do you not want to work with me? If you wanted to work with me, why ask me to kill the Voldorians? Why ask me to sacrifice my parents? Red message, I do want to work with the Luther you can become. Red message, certain steps need to be taken in order for you to become him. Red message, just know I see so much potential in you, Luther. Red message, that's why it was even worth it to me to reveal to Janaz that I can control him, his people, his daughter. Red message, now that I've told you that your parents will die, and that you'll destroy Boulder if you join me, you can decide to join me at any time. Red message, all you have to do is say the word, Luther. Red message, say the word and you'll be Luther Timecrest again. Red message, I can reset time back to when you're 13 and we can go from there together, as a team. Red message, and once I know you're committed to me, I can give you time magic. Red message, the Chrono Gem will fend off Ezra for some time and I'm confident if anyone can fully subdue Ezra eventually, it's you and me and your counterpart together. System message, Luther is waiting. You're a monster, Alvin. 1 of 3 response. Perhaps you should consider Alvin's offer, Luther. You're the one. Okay. I just want to make sure that as long as Luther doesn't ask you to join you, then Julius, Helena and all the Voldorians will live, right? 3 of 3 responses. Perhaps you should consider Alvin's offer, Luther. You're the one who wanted to talk to him and he is being pretty upfront in regards to the consequences. 2 of 3. Okay. I just want to make sure. Responded. Red message. That's the gist of it. Red message. Luther will have to go on living this life. Red message. Whatever life without me has in store for him. Red message. But Janaz won't come after his parents and Boulder won't fall by Luther's hand, I don't think. Why, Alvin? Just red. Why,
Wait.
Alvin? Just why are you doing this? Red message. We are meant to be rule breakers, Luther. You, me, and your counterpart. Red message. We are exceptions. Red message. We have something inside of us that not everyone has. Red message. And our reward is that we can do and experience things that no one else can. Please don't involve my parents in whatever plans you have with me. Please don't
Oops.
involve my parents in whatever plans you have with me. Please don't hurt them. Please, Alvin. Red message. Your parents hold you back. I want them dead if we were to work together. You told me you didn't like that Timecrest who killed his family. Now you want me to let you kill my parents just so I can work with you. Red message. I'm giving you my terms if you want to join me. Red message. I never asked that other Timecrest to kill his family. Red message. He was just crazy and lusted after my power that he would do anything to try to get it from me. I can't believe it. You're right, Alvin. I can't believe it. You're right, Alvin. Now that I know how I can become a Timecrest again, I don't ever want to talk to you. Are you going to probe me every day of my life going forward to join you? Red message. I will leave you alone. Don't think I believe for a moment you're going to stop manipulating me. Red message. It doesn't hurt my feelings if you don't believe me. Red message. I will leave Scarlet and your counterpart alone too. Red message. The decision to join me is yours. What do you really want, Alvin? Red message. I want to save my friend.
Who?
What friend? Red message. Ezra. You expect me to believe the reason the first mage continues to banish you from Alencia is because you're trying to save him? Red message. Alencia is dying, Luther. Red message. The plasma that surrounds its outer atmosphere will continue to pollute everything. Red message. I plan to go back to my world with Ezra. Red message. I don't care if anyone else comes with me, only Ezra, but of course others are welcome to come along. System message. Luther is if Luther stops talking to you, what happens to me? 1 of 4 Alencia is going to die if you take Ezra out of it, right? 2 of 4. Why do you care so much about Ezra? 3 of 4. Isn't it your fault, Alvin, that the plasma is destroying this world? The barrier started to degrade after you and Ezra brought a human city into Alencia. 4 of 4. What? Alencia is going to die if you take Ezra out of it, right? 2 of 4 responses. But why do you care so much about Ezra? 3 of 4 responses. But if Luther stopped health. Now, if Luther stops talking to you, what happens to me? 1 of 4 response. Alencia is going to die if you take Ezra out of it. Alencia is going to die if you take Ezra out of it. Red message. You've been paying attention. Red message. Yes. Ezra. Red message. Yes. Ezra is the source of life in Alencia. Red message, if I take him back to my world then Alencia will be destroyed. I understand why First Mage Ezra banished you, Alvin. Red message, you have no idea what Ezra and I have been through, Luther. You've been banished for 1,000 years. You've been banished for 1,000 years. For 1,000 years, the First Mage has made no attempt. Red message, Ezra still cares for me. I'm sure the First Mage could free you if he wanted. If he wanted. Red message, Ezra is my friend. Red message, you would understand the bonds of true friendship if you had any real friends, Luther. You probably played with First Mage Ezra's life like you're playing with mine. I think the only reason you're not back in this world is because Ezra never wants to see you again. Red message, you're going to beg me. Red message, you're going to have to beg to join me now, Luther. Joining you would mean I become a murderer of not only Valdorians, but of my own parents. Unless I kill Janus before he kills them. And I'm not willing to kill Janus because I am not a murderer. There's no way, in any timeline, that I'll murder an empire and let my parents die just so I could work with you. You say the choice is mine. You took away my choice, Alvin. I have no choice but to live out this life now. Red message, I know you, Luther. I feel my full body. Good timing because I want this conversation to end now. Red message, you're going to beg to join me. You know how crazy that sounds. It was my choice to contact you. It was my mistake. This is the last time we're going to talk. Red message, you see, Luther, I'm the only person that will ever fully understand you. Red message, I want you to know the truths about yourself. Red message, then you'll realize that I am the only person who will accept those truths. Red message, you are trapped and only I can set you free. System message, new path initiating. 3 minutes 53 seconds. Skip timer for 1 skip crystal. You have 4 skip timer for 1 skip crystal. Description, Scarlet Ignis is holding the watch in one hand and red message, system, description, the pocket watch back. 404 messages, responded, red message, you back, chapter 13, you've been banished, red message, Ezra still,
Okay.
99, description, souls, description, do you want to say, description, the tables are empty at the description, where did you, description, red message, description,
Okay, here we go.
Description, the pocket watch clicked open. Description, Scarlet Ignis is holding the watch in one hand and feeling it with the other, her fingers running over the surfaces and edges of the watch. Where did you come from? Description, Scarlet is sitting next to her brother, Sol, at a wooden table in an open area filled with rows of wooden tables. A small box with 2 turbans is laid out on the table in front of the Ignis siblings. Description, Scarlet's vibrant red hair is tied back in a neat ponytail. She is wearing gray overalls and a gray shirt. Description, Sol's hair is slicked back and he is also wearing the same gray overalls and shirt as his sister. Sol's muscular physique makes Scarlet look small sitting next to him. Description, on one side, the tall wall of a Waldorian quarantine zone is casting a shadow over the tables as it stretches upwards towards the pale blue sky. Description, the tables are empty at the moment except for the Ignis siblings and one Waldorian guard who had just sat down and began eating a large sandwich. Description, Sol eyed the guard. After a moment, he said, "Hey Scar, I think the guard I'm looking at is part of High Mage Valalator's elite guard squad. I remember him from the trials." Description, Scarlet lowered the pocket watch to her side and shifted her attention to her brother. Sol's attention is on the guard and he doesn't notice the watch in Scarlet's hand. "Do you want to say hi to him, brother?" Description, Sol said, "I don't just want to say hi. If this guy is one of High Mage Valalator's people, he should be able to get me into the Valdorian Mage trials." Description, Sol said, "We deserved to be hired that last time. We beat that jerk Luther and became the only 2 finalists. It was so unfair how High Mage Valalator asked us to kill each other." Description, Sol shook his head and said, "The High Mage made a mistake not hiring me because I wouldn't kill you, but I'm going to give him a chance to fix his mistake by competing in the trials again." Description, Sol said, "Okay, start eating without me, Scar. I'm going over to talk to the guard. I just hope he wasn't fired by High Mage Valalator and that's why he's here in the quarantine zone." "Wait, brother. Between this part-time job and guild work, we make enough gold to support ourselves. Do you really have to put yourself through the Valdorian Mage trials again?" Description, Sol said, "I'm doing this for us. I don't want your hands getting rough from cleaning molded armor. I actually don't mind cleaning. Now that I'm very familiar with Valdorian armor, I find cleaning them very mindless and relaxing." Description, Sol looked at the box of the turbans in his hand. He said, "We talked about this, Scar. I'm tired of eating cheap stuff." Description, Sol said, "I will become Master of Fire one day, but for now, if I become a Valdorian soldier, then I can make enough so we can both quit this part-time job in the quarantine zone at least. It keeps me up at night knowing we have to resort to cleaning up after nasty humans." Description,
Wow.
Scarlet looks concerned. When you say nasty humans, brother, ellipsis, you don't mean Rita do you?" Description, Sol swallowed hard. He whispered, "What are you thinking, saying her name inside the Valdorian quarantine zone? Do you want to get her thrown in here?" Description, Scarlet covered her mouth. "I'm sorry, ellipsis, I wasn't thinking. I just miss her, ellipsis." Description, Sol shook his head. He whispered, "When I say nasty humans, I don't mean her, Scar. Do you want me to come with you?" Description, Sol said, "Nah, just sit there and relax, Scar. I'm going to take care of the both of us." "Thanks, brother. I appreciate everything you're doing for us." Description, a satisfied expression spread across Sol's face. He said, "That's what big brothers are for." Description: a nervous expression spread across Scarlett's face as she heard the wooden bench squeak and the sounds of Soul leaving her side. Description: Scarlett took a deep breath and went back to examining the pocket watch. System message: Scarlett is waiting. Nice to meet you, Scarlett. I'm your counterpart from the... Listen, Scarlett, this pocket watch belongs to Luther Timecrest. I need you to take this watch to him. 2 of 2 verticals. List. Nice to meet you, Scarlett. I'm your counterpart from the human world. You're a Timecrest now. 1 of 2 responses. Button. Responded. Description: Scarlett touched her head, a confused expression spreading across her face. Description: Soul sat down across the table from the guard. He licked his lips at the guard sandwich, stacked high with meat. Description: Soul said,
This is the end of part 1. Please continue to part 2 to continue this game demonstration of chapter 13 in Timecrest 3. So that's it for today's video. If you guys have any more questions, please put them down in the comments below, or you may send them to info@TheTechPianoPlayerKid.com. You can also give me a text at 913-312-1325, and if you do not live in the United States, you can text me through WhatsApp and give me a call there as well. I also have a toll-free number that you can use to give me a call at 877-318-8775. Please also follow me and like my Facebook page, The Tech Piano Player Kid, and follow me on Twitter, tech_piano. And you can also join my discussion forum on my website where you can ask questions about technology and help to answer questions about technology for the blind and stuff like this by going to TheTechPianoPlayerKid.com and clicking on the discussion board page underneath the navigation bar menu where you can register for a free account and help to answer questions and ask questions if need to be. Please make sure that you get permission from your parents if you still need to do so before making an account, just to make sure that you're on the safe side and that you don't want to get in trouble because we don't want that to happen. And you can also subscribe to my monthly newsletter if you wish by going to my website, TheTechPianoPlayerKid.com. Again, if need to be, get permission from your parents just to be on the safe side. And you can unsubscribe at any time if you wish. And if you have any trouble with unsubscribing or creating an account or deleting your account, please let me know and I will do my best to help you out. Anyway, that's it for today's video. God bless you all and peace. The Tech Piano Player Kid is out. Thank you for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications and leave a comment down below. For questions, please send an email to info@TheTechPianoPlayerKid.com. You can also give a call or text at 913-312-1325. And don't forget to like my Facebook page, The Tech Piano Player Kid, and follow me on Twitter, tech_piano. Black background with white text that reads The Tech Piano Player Kid displays on the screen with the same text written to the right in Braille, then fades to black.